All right, today we're stepping inside one of New York City's most treasured landmarks, the New York Public Library's Stephen A. Schwarzman Building. But look, this isn't just a story about some beautiful architecture and old books. It's really a story about a massive, democratic idea, a palace of knowledge built for absolutely everyone. So let's get into it. If you've ever been to New York, you've seen them, right? Their names are Patience and Fortitude, and they've been standing guard here since 1911. They've seen pretty much everything. But the real story, the real secrets, aren't on the steps outside. They're inside. So what exactly are these two lions protecting? To really get this place, you have to go back in time, back to the Gilded Age. New York City was just exploding, you know? It was fast becoming the biggest, loudest city on earth. It had all the ambition, it had all the money, but it was missing something. Something every truly great city needs, a world-class public library. And the way it all came together is pretty amazing. Back in 1895, 3 huge private collections, the Astor, the Lenox, and the Tilden, were all combined. This was a totally unprecedented move, private wealth being pooled for the public good. They picked a spot right in the middle of the city where the old reservoir used to be, laid the cornerstone in 1902, and on May 23, 1911, this palace for the people opened its doors. And what a place it was. I mean, to give you a sense of the sheer scale of this thing, just look at this number. 530,000. That is the cubic feet of Vermont marble they used to build it. When it was finished, it was the largest marble building in the entire United States. This wasn't just a library, it was a huge statement to the world. So now, let's walk past those famous lines, push open the giant bronze doors, and step inside. We're entering the main foyer, Astor Hall. And wow, just take a look at this. This is what you call Beaux-Arts grandeur. You've got these soaring, vaulted ceilings, massive symmetrical staircases, and just gleaming white marble as far as the eye can see. It was designed to feel like a European palace, to basically scream to the world that New York had arrived and that learning was something sacred. But right in the middle of all this incredible opulence, you find this quote carved into the wall. And this quote, it's everything. It's the library's radical democratic soul. To be maintained forever as a free library for the use of the people. All people. No admission fee, no secret handshake, just walk in. That was the whole idea. And this contrast just nails that mission perfectly. If you look way up on the pillars, you see the names of the big shot tycoons who paid for it. Astor, Lenox, Carnegie. But then you look down at the floor, and there's this simple little plaque. It's from Martin Radske, a Lithuanian immigrant, who said the library gave him his education, his entire life really. He left his small fortune to it out of pure gratitude. That contrast says it all, doesn't it? Okay, let's head upstairs. We're moving from that grand entrance hall to the intellectual core of the entire building. This is the spot where, for more than 100 years, people have come to think, to write, and to discover. And here we are, the magnificent Rose Main Reading Room. It is absolutely vast. I mean, it's almost as long as a football field, with these incredible 52-foot-high ceilings painted to look like a cloudy sky. It's also one of the biggest rooms in the country that has no columns holding up the ceiling. Just imagine all the writers, students, and dreamers who have sat right here, sharing this silent cathedral of knowledge. But you know, a space this beautiful needs a lot of care, and in May of 2014, there was almost a disaster. One of those fancy plaster rosettes on the ceiling, weighing about 15 pounds, fell 52 feet to the floor in the middle of the night. Thankfully, no one was there. That one incident kicked off a massive 2-year, $12 million restoration. They went up and reinforced every single one of the 900 plaster ornaments with steel cables, just to make sure this masterpiece is safe for generations to come. So the rooms themselves are amazing treasures, right? But the real jewels of the library? Well, they're locked away deep inside the collections. The building is really just the protective shell. So how about we go behind the scenes for a minute and peek inside the vaults? We're talking about places like the Berg Collection. This isn't just some dusty archive. It's one of the most important collections of English and American literature on the entire planet. Seriously, think of it like a Fort Knox, but for literary history. And the list of names here, it's like a who's who of the literary world. You've got the British heavyweights like Charles Dickens, American icons like Mark Twain and Walt Whitman, Modernists like Virginia Woolf and T.S. Eliot, all the way up to beat writers like Jack Kerouac. It's just staggering. And we're not just talking about finished books here. You can actually see T.S. Eliot's original manuscript for The Wasteland, with Ezra Pound's editing notes scribbled all over it. Or you can hold Charles Dickens' personal diary. You can see a Shakespeare First Folio and one of the very first Gutenberg Bibles to ever come to North America. These aren't just old things. They are literally the DNA of our culture. So here's the most important point. This library is not a museum. It's not some relic that's frozen in the past. It's a living, breathing place that's constantly evolving and even debating its own future. And this is a perfect example of what I mean. On the left, you've got the original ornate light fixtures in Schwarzman Hall. On the right, you see the modern track lighting they put in. Now, a change like that sparked a real debate here in New York. How do you balance preserving a historic landmark with the needs of a modern 21st century institution? It's a tough question, and that conversation is still going on. And that modern mission is just booming. I mean, besides all the incredible research materials, the library puts on thousands of free public programs every single year. You can learn to code, you can meet your favorite author, or you can see these incredible major exhibitions like the recent one on A Century of the New Yorker. It's a truly vibrant cultural hub. So, we end right back where we started. This palace, with its marble lions and priceless treasures, it was built for the people. It was built for you. Every single thing in its collection, from ancient scrolls to modern-day graphic novels, is there for you to explore. So the only real question left is, if you could walk in and ask to see any one thing from its vaults, where would you start?